Welcome everyone. Welcome. I welcome you. So, we are starting live on Facebook and on YouTube. So, we are live. I want to welcome you all to this powerful presentation. My name is Amo Joseph, and I will be explaining and taking you through power of strategic tools of marketing. So, I'm not going to waste any time. I'm just going to dive straight into what we have for today. So, we'll be looking at the introduction. We'll be looking at what marketing strategy means. We'll be looking at setting up strategy. We'll be looking at pricing strategy. We'll be looking at promotion strategy. We'll be looking at place strategy. We'll be looking at digital marketing. We'll be looking at social media marketing, content marketing, email marketing, search engine optimization, pay per click, advertising, measuring marketing success, marketing analytics, marketing automation. We look conclusion and we take questions and answer. So without further wasting time, let's get straight into what we have for today. So, introduction to what marketing means. I want to specially welcome you to this presentation on marketing strategies and tools. In today's competitive business landscape, having a strong marketing strategy is more important than ever. A well executed marketing plan can help businesses increase their visibility, attract new customers, and ultimately drive sales. During this presentation, we'll explore various marketing strategies and tools that businesses can use to achieve their goals, from digital marketing to product strategy, pricing strategy to promotion strategy. We'll cover it all. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn how you can take your marketing effort to the next level. So we'll be looking at marketing strategy. Marketing strategy is a long-term plan for achieving a company's goals by understanding the need of customers and creating a distinct and sustainable competitive advantage. It compasses everything from determining who your customer is to determining what channel you want to use to reach them. So, defining marketing strategy. Marketing strategy refers to the plan and tactics that businesses use to promote their products or services to their target audience. This strategy can vary depending on the business goal, the budget, the industry that you are. Some common type of marketing strategy include social media marketing, email marketing, content marketing, and search engine optimization. Social media marketing involve using of social media platform like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, etc. To reach and engage with your potential customers. Email marketing often involves sending promotional emails to a list of subscribers who have opted in to receive communication from your business. Content marketing. It involves creating valuable content like blog posts, videos, infographics to attract and retain your audience. Search engine optimization involves optimizing a website so that it appears higher in search engine like Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, etc., so that it reaches more more people, more customers. This often refers to imagining you just search for videos or anything on social media. When I mean social media, I mean your Chrome device or your Mozilla Firefox or Pramini. The rank with the way they place their search results, that is what they call high search ranking in SEO. I hope you get that. So let's move on to setting marketing goals. Setting marketing goal is an essential part of any successful marketing strategy. Without clear goals, it's difficult to measure success or to determine if you are making progress towards your objective. Effective marketing goals should be specific, it should be measurable, it should be attainable, and it should be relevant and time bound. This is an acronym for SMART. To set effective marketing goals, start by defining what you want to achieve. This could be anything from increasing brand awareness to generating more leads or driving more sales. Once you have a clear objective in mind, break it down into smaller, more manageable goals. Then identify the key performance indicator that will help you to track your progress towards these goals. So moving on, we look at target audience. Target audience, your target audience refers to the specific group of customers or consumers most likely to want your product or your service. And therefore, the group of people who would or who are likely to see your campaign ads. So, target audience, identifying a target audience is crucial for any successful marketing strategy. By understanding who your ideal customer is, you can tailor your messaging and tactics to resonate with them on a deeper level. This starts with creating buyer resonance, personas that present your target audience demographics, interest, pain points, and behaviors. To create accurate buyer personas, let me tell you the meaning of personas in case you don't know. Personas are fictional character which you create based upon your research in order to present different user type that might be used for your service, product, or your brand in any similar way. Creating personas help the designer to understand users' need, experience, behavior, and goals. That is what personas means. To create accurate buyers personas, you can conduct market research through surveys, focus on groups, social listening. You can also analyze your existing customer data to identify commonalities and trends among your most profitable customers. Once you have a clear goal, clear understanding of your target audience, you can create content and campaign that speaks directly to their needs and desires. So let's look at what marketing mix is. What is marketing mix? A marketing mix includes multi-areas of focus as part of comprehensive marketing plan. The term is used to refer to common classifications that begins with what we call 4 P's: product, price, placement, and promotion. The marketing mix is a concept that refers to combination of elements that businesses use to create and promote their product or services. These elements are often referred to as 4 P's, as I said earlier: the product, the price, the promotion, and the place. A strong marketing mix can help businesses create effective marketing campaign by ensuring that all aspects of product or services are considered and optimized for success. For instance, or for example, a business may use marketing mix to determine the right price point for their product, identify the best channel for promotion, and ensure that the product is available in the right place for the particular or targeted audience. Now, let's look at product strategy. Product strategy is a crucial aspect of marketing that involves developing and positioning products to meet the needs and desire to your target customers. A strong product strategy can help businesses differentiate themselves from competitors, increasing customer satisfaction and ultimately drive more sales. When developing a product strategy, it is important to conduct market research to understand customers' needs and preferences, as well as to analyze competitors' products. This information can be used to identify gaps in the market and develop products that fills those gaps. Additionally, businesses should consider factors such as pricing, packaging, and branding when developing their product strategy. Let's look at pricing strategy. Pricing strategy is a crucial component of any successful campaign. It involves setting the right price for your product or your service to ensure maximum profitability while remaining competitive in the market. One effective pricing strategy is value-based pricing, which involves setting prices based on perceived value of your product or your service rather than its production cost. This approach can help you capture more value from customers who are willing to pay premium for high quality product or your service. Let's look at promotion strategy. Promotion strategy is a crucial aspect of marketing that can make or break a business. It involves creating a plan to resonate or to communicate the value of your product or your service to your potential customers, with the ultimate goal of driving sales and revenue. There are several key elements to developing an effective promotional strategy, which includes identifying your target audience, choosing the right channel for your promotion, crafting compelling messages that resonate with your audience. And one important tip is to focus on the benefit of your product or your service rather than just the features as this can help you create a stronger emotional connection with your potential customers. Let's look at place strategy. Place strategy, also known as distribution strategy, it refers to how a business gets its product or its service to its customers. It involves decision about which channel to use, how to manage inventories and logistics, how to ensure that products are available when and where customers want them. Developing an effective place strategy is important too in business because it helps businesses to reach their target audience more efficiently and effectively. By understanding where your customers are located and how they prefer to shop, businesses can make informed decisions which distribution channel to use and how to allocate resources to maximize those sales. Let's look at digital marketing. What is digital marketing? Digital marketing is a form of marketing which you sell or you advertise or you market a soft service. Soft service in form of, let's say, you're a graphic designer, you render service, you help people to design. So this is a soft skill. This is not visible. It is digital marketing involves use marketing digital products. Digital products can be in form of e-books. It can be in form of anything which you cannot touch. You can only feel it. It's not touchable, you can only feel it. Let's look a deeper more into what digital marketing means. Digital marketing has become an essential component of any successful marketing strategy. With the rise of technology and the internet, businesses must adapt to the changing landscape to remain competitive. Digital marketing encompasses a range of tactics, including search engine optimization, which means SEO, search social media marketing, SMM, content marketing, email marketing, and pay-per-click advertising. To develop an effective digital marketing strategy, businesses must first identify their target audience and understand their needs and preferences. They should then create engaging and relevant content that speaks to their audience and promote their products or their services. Social media platforms provide an excellent opportunity to connect with customers and build a business awareness. Email marketing can help businesses stay in touch with their customers and promote special offer or promotion. PPC, pay-per-click advertising, can be highly effective ways to drive traffic to a website or to generate leads. Let's look at the final social media marketing. Social media marketing is or has become an increasing important tool for businesses looking to connect with their customers. And this helps them to promote their product or services. With billions of users worldwide on platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they offer businesses a unique opportunity to reach a larger audience and to diversify their audience. To develop an effective social media marketing strategy, it's important to understand your target audience and the type of content that resonates with them. Consider creating a content calendar to plan out your posts and ensure that you consistently provide value to your followers. Additionally, be sure to engage with your audience by responding to comment messages in a timely and authentic manner. What they mean by calendar is have a calendar. Okay, I'll be posting twice in a day. I'll be posting twice in a week, Monday and Wednesday. I'll be posting thrice in a month. The first week on Wednesday, the second week on Friday, the third week on Sunday. This is what they mean by providing a calendar. I hope you got that. So let's watch this small 5-minute video that explains 7 effective marketing strategies that can help you in 2023.
Hey there, my friend, Adam here. Today I want to share with you 7 marketing secrets or marketing hacks or marketing tricks, essentially things that nobody's really talking about, not even me that often. And it's because they're a little more complicated and a little more nuanced than the quick hits that we often get when it comes to social media. Things like post at this time, or adapt your content for this algorithm tweak, or use this kind of font or this kind of color, or all of those things. What I'd rather do is get to the core of why your marketing may not be working as well as you want. And even if it is working okay, understanding the 7 things that I'm going to be walking you through here today will allow you to immediately upgrade all of it, get better results, more clicks, more traffic, more sales from everything you do. And not only that, probably the most important thing that I could ever give you is to show you how to think about your marketing, how to process different marketing strategies, and basically the crazy stuff that goes on inside my head when I'm evaluating different marketing tactics and tools and resources and all of that. So my goal here today is as ambitious as it is to try to pack 7 secrets and 7 hacks into a very short period of time so that you're going to be able to watch this and you're going to be able to extract these little golden nuggets and apply them to your business, to your client's business, to whatever it is that you're doing. And it starts right now. So the very first thing that we need to talk about is kind of what ends up happening when someone says, hey, my marketing's just not working. Like, it's just, nothing's happening. No one's clicking, no one's watching my stuff, the algorithm isn't pushing it or promoting it to people. Nothing's working. It's something that I hear all the time. I see it in the comments below. Very common. 90% of the time, it's because they're just not doing enough marketing. It's just a question of volume. It's a question of quantity, not so much quality. So let me explain. I don't know who's to blame for this one. Maybe it's the get rich quick things. Maybe it's the all of the courses and the programs that promise that you can become a millionaire in 30 days with no work or whatever it is. But for some reason, when people think about marketing, they think that all they need to do is make a Facebook ad or an Instagram ad or post one video on YouTube and they'll just blow up and become the next viral sensation and everything will just work out miraculously well. And I seriously, I wish this was the case. That'd be amazing. But it's not, right? It's like marketing is just a business function. I'm gonna make this sound horribly boring, but it's like accounting or finance or legal aspects of a business or HR or sales or whatever it is. They're all just different business functions, which means that they require time, they require energy, they require money and investment in them in order to get them to work. Now, what ends up happening is most people will make one post on social media, it won't get the traction, and then they'll swear off that platform. So they'll hop over here, try out Twitter now and make a couple tweets, nobody engages, so they say, well, Twitter doesn't work, and they'll make a YouTube video and then that won't take off. And they get frustrated and they get angry because it's just not working, when the reality is they probably just haven't done enough. And that's why the first concept, the first sort of hack or secret is identifying the marketing sweet spot. So in the most rudimentary art drawing class ever, let me show you exactly what I mean by marketing sweet spot. And you can see where you fall and where the vast majority of businesses fall. And if you find yourself in this position, you know that the answer is to keep on pushing through. It's not to dial back, it's not to pivot, it's not to do anything like that. It's just to keep going forward. So let me show you what that looks like. So I want you to imagine for a second a bell curve, kind of like the traditional bell curve. Of course, that'll be there we go. We'll get some ink flowing here. So this is our bell curve, our ugly, ugly bell curve. And it's gonna have three different sections. Now, over here on the left, this is what you're going to call the minimum effective dose. So the MED, the minimum effective dose. Essentially what ends up happening here is until you're in this range, nothing you do matters. It's about sort of making that one post on social media that someone sees one time and then that's it, and then you wonder why it's not working. It's about spending $5 on Facebook ads or Instagram ads and not getting immediate sales, and then sort of swearing off the entire online advertising system and that. But the reality is we just haven't hit the minimum effective dose. There's not enough momentum. There's not enough touch points. There's not enough exposures and reach and engagement with the audience that you're trying to reach. And we're going to talk about that one in just a second. But this is where 90% of businesses fall, as they sit around here in this minimum effective dose, kind of half committing to different strategies and then wondering why nothing's working. And the answer here, the solution is, again, you've got to push through. You've got to move up here. And this is the sweet spot. This is where you're going to find sort of the saturation of your market. You're going to be hitting the number of touch points that are required. Again, we'll talk about that in just a second. You're going to be making sure that the people that you want to reach are actually seeing your content. You're going to make sure that you've essentially saturated everything that you can. Now, the reality is this sweet spot is huge. Massively huge. Like when we're thinking about your business, your market, or your industry, these are huge industries, billions and billions of dollars. So unless your business is doing $1 billion a year or more, there's more that you can do. It's crazy when I hear about someone that thinks that, well, look, I'm already posting once a day on Instagram, or I'm already making one YouTube video a week, or I've got a podcast. I'm pretty much maxed out. There's nothing else I can do. And they're sitting at, I don't know, say $1 million a year. And they're in, let's use health and fitness. So if you're in, let's say, the health and fitness industry, this massive multi-billion-dollar industry, and your business is doing $1 million a year, $2 million a year, $100,000 a year, whatever it is, you haven't even scratched the surface for what you're capable of doing and for the amount of people that you could reach. So you could go from 1 post a day to 5 posts a day. You could make 1 video on YouTube to a week to 1 video on YouTube a day. You could do 2 videos a day. You could start other channels. You could have other podcasts. There's so much that you can do. Now, of course, at some point you're going to reach this third area, which is diminishing returns. Diminishing returns. There we go. D for diminishing returns. There's going to be some point where eventually more money, more effort, more time isn't going to pay off. But I can't even begin to tell you, of all of the businesses I've worked with over the last 10 years, the tiniest fraction falls in here. And typically it's when they're spending like $1 million a month on ads, and they simply can't get in front of more people with their ads. So they're doing blogging, they're doing podcasting, they're doing SEO, they're running Google ads and Facebook ads and Instagram ads and all that. The biggest example here is if you're running some kind of search-based PPC, pay-per-click advertising, like a Google search ad. At the end of the day, you can't make people search for more stuff, so you can max out. But again, you can make that broader. You can go for discovery ad platforms like Facebook and Instagram, where you can put things in front of people that may potentially be interested. There's a lot of ways. So the reality is, let's find a bright, happy, colorful marker. This is where we're going for, this sweet spot here. Like everybody is down here in this sort of minimum effective dose. They haven't even scratched the surface for what's possible. And then they're wondering why their marketing is not working. The best piece of advice of everything that I could give you here is really you just have to do more. Now, of course, you need to be strategic. You need to think through it. That's what the rest of this is going to be about. But more is your answer. So on that note, how much more? And that leads me to the marketing rule of 7. Now, depending on your business, your market, or your industry, depending on if you're selling something for low dollar value or high dollar value, it's kind of universally agreed that for somebody to make a purchase decision, for someone to take action and actually buy from you, they need around 7 touch points, which means 7 engagements, 7 interactions with your brand. You can't simply put something in front of them one time, expect them to buy, and then call it a day. You're going to have to do this multiple times. 7. Now, if it's expensive, it's going to be 7 to 14. If it's significantly cheaper, like you're selling a pack of gum for 99 cents or something, you probably don't need 7 touch points. One should be sufficient. But that rule of 7 is important because it forces you to not give up too early. It's just like when you're looking at these statistics around sales and you realize that most conversions, most closes for sales happen after like 5 rejections or 5 follow-ups, 5 emails, 5 extra calls. It's rarely, if pretty much never, the first time. Same thing goes with marketing. Bit of a side note here, but marketing is kind of selling one-to-many. Sales one-to-one, marketing one-to-many. So we use the same concepts, the same strategies, all of that with sales. But I like to think of marketing as a little more exciting and a little more challenging even, because instead of trying to convince one person at a time and overcome their objections and their fears and their concerns, we have to do this en masse, and we have to do it without really getting much feedback from our market. So, rule of 7, that's important. Now, how do we do this? Well, we do this by showing up in front of our ideal target market where they're present and active, which means that we need to be selective about what social media platforms we're going to, about what kind of content we're creating, about where we're putting that. And we need to make sure that it's in alignment not only with you and your content style and what you like doing and hate doing, but also where your people are. In fact, that's the most important element. There's no point on being on Twitter or Pinterest or TikTok or Instagram or YouTube if your people aren't there. So you've got to find out where they're present and active online, and then you've got to make it your mission to follow up and to make sure that you're consistently showing up in front of them with value, with content, and with offers. So that's the marketing rule of 7. Now, the next point is more of a psychological phenomenon, more of a mental hack that you can use. I've talked about this a ton on this channel here, but it's called the mirror exposure effect. And what the mirror exposure effect is a psychological phenomenon that says we as people, as humans, we associate frequency with trust. So the more often that we show up in front of people, the more often that they see us, the more they know us, the more they like us, and the more that they trust us. This kind of stems back to caveman days where if we saw something enough times and it didn't try to kill us or eat us, we assumed it was safe. Well, all of that programming, all of that evolution is carried forward to today. So now when we see things again and again and again, we naturally start to like things more because we're familiar with them. They're less scary, and therefore we're more likely to trust them. So this is why that marketing rule of 7 is so important. This is why following up is so important. This is why making sure that you've got a solid email marketing strategy in place is paramount. It's crucial. Probably the second most important thing I could offer here. If the first one is to make sure that you get out of that minimum effective dose zone and into the sweet spot by doing more, the second probably most valuable piece of advice I could give you is to make sure that you're doing some kind of email marketing and you're doing it more than you think. So for some weird reason, there's this rule, this gospel in the marketing world that you should send one marketing email a week at most, maybe one a month, because you don't want to bother people. Garbage. It's absolute garbage. There's plenty of businesses and industries where you could send one email every 3 days. You could send one email a day. There's some businesses and companies that I've consulted for and done work with and own and have stake in that do 2 emails a day. And it works. People don't get angry. They don't unsubscribe. You've just got to know who your market is. At the very least, however, I'd say that you should be shooting for 3 emails a week, kind of at minimum. Otherwise, again, you're not going to have the chance to establish yourself and to take advantage of all of those touch points and the marketing rule of 7 and the mirror exposure effect. And that leads me perfectly to the next kind of secret, which is that you really want to go deep rather than broad. So let me tell you what is probably my biggest pet peeve when it comes to marketing. And that's whenever I ask somebody, well, who's your target market? And they say, everyone, or people with money. And that's amazing, that'd be great. But there's like 8 billion people on the planet. And I promise you, you don't want all of them. Even if they all wanted to do business with you, some of them are just terrible, terrible fits for your business. So why don't we rein that in a little bit? And even if we were to say separate men and women, well, now we're down to like 4 billion, or then we separate to this country, now we're down to like 100 million, and then maybe this area, now we're down to 30 million. I mean, still, we're gonna wanna carve that down to a significantly lower number, someone that you're going to be able to connect with on a deeper level. So the easiest way to do this is to take a look at yourself and your business. Now, I appreciate you are not your customer. You know things that they don't know. You have experiences that they don't have. However, most people, when it comes to business, they're solving a problem that they had at some point. They're solving something that they know about, that they care about, that they want to share and help other people. So you probably understand a little bit about your situation and what they're going through, and therefore you're more likely to attract people similar to you. It's another kind of same reason that if you're a personal brand or a coach or consultant or someone like that, you tend to attract people, give or take 10 years around your age. So if you're 30, you'll attract like 20 to 40. If you're 40, you'll attract 30 to 50. Whatever it is, there's like this 20-year sliding scale, 10 years on each side, that tends to work. That can balloon out a little bit here and there, but on average, you'll find most of your people fall in that range. Again, it's just because you relate to them better, you know the words that they use, you grew up in the similar time, you have the same references, all of that stuff. But the point is, you want to go deep here and you want to make better connections with fewer people than these superficial surface level connections with a ton of people. The big reason here is because when you go broad, when you go after everybody, you're forced to naturally water down your message. It becomes more vanilla, it becomes more bland, and it has to, because if you were being specific about someone's unique pains and unique problems, well, it wouldn't be appealing or interesting to like everybody else. So therefore, you have to make it broad. And when you're broad, you're boring and everybody just ignores you and you sound like 99% of the other businesses and marketers out there saying the same things, like we offer higher quality and we offer better service and all of that stuff that everybody's heard a million times before and they're completely blind and deaf to. So,
do you know what you should do? You should join my free social media marketing agency course that I charge $0 for. I have a completely free social media.
So the best way to solve this is to move on to our next point here, which is that you need an ICA. ICA is marketing talk for ideal customer avatar. I'm not completely strict on this exact fictional representation of your ideal customer, and you've got to give them a name and a hair color and they've got to wear this kind of shoes and listen to this kind of music. I don't think that's necessary. It's helpful at times. What I think is more important is that you get really clear around the commonalities, the common characteristics that your top customers, your top clients, your top audience members have in common. And we typically divide this into 3 different categories. The first of which being demographic. So what's their age, their gender, their income, their occupation, their title, all of those stereotypical marketing things that we associate. Number 2, what are their geographic details? What city, state, province, country, where do they live? Number 3, their psychographic details. This is all of the head stuff. And this is where the bulk of your ICA should really be formed. So what are their values, their attitudes, their interests, their beliefs, their organizations, their political affiliations, their lifestyles, things that make them them. After all, we often want to group people into these broad buckets like men or women or this age or that age, but the reality is, depending on what product or service you sell, you may have a wide range of that and it may be more problem-based. On the other hand, you may also have multiple different ICAs, ideal customer avatars. That's cool too. I'm all right if you've got like, look, we work well with women who are 20 to 25, and we also work well with men who are 40 to 45. But those 2 different ICAs are going to have different pains and problems and fears and frustrations. We'll talk about that in just a second. So you can serve them both, but you need to serve them both with different messages. You simply can't appeal to them by using the same generic broad, bland terminology, because you're just going to turn the other one off by talking about things that are completely irrelevant to them. So you have an ICA, but make sure that it's specific and you can have multiple. And on that note, the way to dive into that is with the psychographic details of their values and attitudes and interests and beliefs. And I call that their miracles and miseries. So let me find my pen and let's talk about that now. All right, so when it comes to creating your ideal customer avatar, when it comes to thinking about your audience, your clients, your customers, the money is, the value, the real results that you're going to get from your marketing come down to identifying their miracles and miseries. Now there's this great expression that I love that says customers don't buy when they understand, they buy when they feel understood. The way to make them feel understood is with this. So their miracles, that's over here. That's all the things that they want, their needs, their desires, their dreams, all of the things that they wish would happen, the desired end state of where they're trying to get. And then of course, over here, you've got their miseries. These are their fears, their problems, their pains, their frustrations, all of the things that they're trying to get away from, at least in regards to your business and to your offer. You need to identify what these are and ideally drill down into which the most important and the most painful ones are, and then what the most desirable end states are, because then you're going to be able to position your business as the bridge that takes them from miracle. Oof, there we go. Memo to self, I gotta buy some smaller tip markers. But that's it, this is your business, right there. Your business's job, your offer, your product, your service, whatever it is that you sell, its only mission is to move them away from their current state that they're in right now, that they don't want to be in, whatever that pain is, and towards the desired end state. And the better that you're able to communicate that, which is essentially the job of marketing, it's to communicate the value of what you have to them in regards to your offer, your product, your service, the better you're able to do that, the more likely you are to get somebody to take action and to actually buy from you and move them here. And this is where the conversions happen. It's right here. It's moving them away from miseries and towards miracles. And on that note, let's hit the next point here, which is a very cliched thing to say, but I want to break it down a little bit more. There's this super cliched saying in marketing that says you want to sell the benefits, not the features, or sell the sizzle, not the steak.
So I really appreciate you for watching through this end. Join me next as we discuss on Wednesday the continuation of this particular program. So I really appreciate you. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you.